Welcome to Alchemy Wizard. I'm Tom. Today we're going to cover a way to get rid of laundry detergent. I know some of you have allergies to laundry detergent. And laundry detergent is not exactly the same thing as soap. What we're going to do is that someone invented a ingenious thing, and these are called eco balls or laundry balls. And there's little tiny balls in here. And what they do is you take these balls, you toss them into your wash machine, no soap whatsoever, no laundry soap at all, and these balls will replicate the environment of laundry soap. And they work pretty darn good. Let's explore how these things work, how soap in general works, and perhaps you might want to get rid of your dependency on laundry soap, and if you have allergies to soap or laundry soap, because laundry soap is not just soap. They mix other stuff in laundry soap in order to make it wash clothes better and react less with the colors. So you have some other harsh chemicals in with laundry soap than you might with hand soap. And you might be surprised how hand soap is made too, especially for you vegans out there. Alright, so let's get into this. The ancient Mesopotamians were the first ones to create soap. And they did it by using lye and mixing it with fat from animals. And it was pretty disgusting stuff, but it did work at the time. I mean, in today's day and age, soap has been hugely refined, but you want to know something? Soap is still made with animal fat. The only way to avoid animal fat in soap, any kind of soap, laundry soap, hand soap, is to buy vegan soap, which they do make now, and you can get. So those of you that are vegetarian and vegan and you're trying to get away from animal fat, you may want to start ditching your regular hand soap and go for some vegan soap. And as far as laundry goes, I mean, do you really want to be washing your clothes in animal fat when you're trying to live a vegan lifestyle? So these laundry balls get more and more attractive as we go on. They've been around for a while. I've used them for a while too, and they work very well, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if you're putting really dirty clothes in there, especially whites, you might want to have to go back to bleach in order do a whitewash with bleach. But if your whites are really dirty, but for the most part, for general clothes washing, I find laundry balls work just fine. And you don't need any fragrance in there at all. I mean, they have these crystals that they put in there, in there, along with there's fragrance in soap, laundry soap as well. So you don't need any of that fragrance in there. Your clothes are not going to come out smelling, so they're going to be smelling neutral. If you do want to add fragrance in there, you can throw them in the dryer, or use a small amount of lavender or whatever oil that you may like. You can toss that in with the laundry water where you put the soap. Where you normally would stick the soap, you could put a few drops of some scented stuff in there if you wanted your clothes to smell nice, or do it I do it in the dryer because I have access to a dryer. That's where I put my my scent in there. So these are great alternatives, these laundry balls. Now, soap in itself is a chemical process, which takes a little while to make. I'm not going to go into the great details of soap, but basically what soap does is it changes the environment of the water. The water becomes higher in pH when you add soap. It also gets charged with extra electrons so that it can attract the dirt off of the clothes. And it also has some elements in there for friction in order to actually use friction to help remove, make the water more gritty to make the dirt come off the clothes easier, which then equates to the color getting lighter and lighter every time you wash colored clothes, because you're basically using sandpaper on your clothes. And so eventually the color washes out. And the color's going to wash out anyway, either way. But it washes out much more slowly with the Eco balls because there's no friction involved. The whole soap process is completely replicated with these tiny chemical balls that they use in there, and they're very safe, everyday chemicals. And we're going to talk about those chemicals that they use in these balls next. Okay, so let's talk about the little chemicals that are in these tiny little balls that are scattered throughout the inside of these things. I got a list here. If you don't mind, I'll read off the list because remembering all of this stuff is kind of tough, and I don't have cue cards. But anyway, the first ingredient in here is calcium. Normal, everyday calcium. Calcium softens the water up, but it also prepares the water to replace other mineral ions, such as magnesium and iron, that cause water hardness. So it's going to help the calcium itself is going to prepare the water for the other chemicals. Now there's also magnesium in here, little magnesium balls. That raises the pH of the water. It adds hydrogen to the water, creating a natural hydrogen peroxide effect. So one of the things soap does is it creates hydrogen peroxide environment in that regular soap, but it does it through chemical means. This does it purely through it's alchemical means. What I wanted to say is this does this in it uses different household friendly chemicals instead of lye to do the job. And lye, as you know, is a really powerful base. And it's great for cleaning, and it'll burn everything out, burn your eyes out too. Anyway, the next ingredient in here is potassium. Now, potassium helps raise the pH to 8.5 or 9.0, which is what soap does. And this forms a strong alkaline solution, which adds helps the ability of the trapped dirt that's on the clothes to come off of the clothes and go into the water. The idea is to make the water environment more friendly than the environment on the clothes. So the dirt sees the environment of the water and turns around and says, "Oh, I like that environment better because it's rich in electrons," and it starts pulling the soap, the dirt off of the clothes, which is what soap does. But this is doing it all without lye or anything like that. There's sodium and chlorine. Sodium chloride is in here as well, and that acts as a disinfectant. It kills bacteria and microorganisms. There's also ceramic balls in there, and the ceramic, when you add to water, reduces odors and taste from the water. You actually can take ceramic and put it in drinking water, leave it in there for a while, and then drink the water, and supposedly it's supposed to be cleaner. I haven't done that test yet. It's like one of the things that I'd like to maybe experiment with alchemy and seeing what I can do with ceramic and water, but I haven't gotten around to that. The other thing in here is tourmaline. Tourmaline ionizes the water. Again, it makes the environment of the water more attractive to pulling the dirt from the clothes. It also helps alkalize the water even further. The last ingredient in these things is zeolite, and that reduces the hardness of minerals in the water, improves water quality. So if you have hard water or heavy water, the zeolite is going to help neutralize the hardness of the water, making your clothes nice and soft. And I have to say that after using the Eco balls for a while, my clothes are really soft, and they don't have that gritty feel to them. And sometimes I would get rashes from the soap, especially if I accidentally put too much laundry soap in there. And let's not talk about the price of laundry soap. You know how long these balls last? 1,000 washes. And they cost, and about these laundry balls cost me about $15. Some of them are up around $30 a piece. I don't think there's any difference between the more expensive ones or the cheaper ones. And let's face it, 1,000 washes for even $30, that's really impressive to your laundry bill. And not to mention the health benefits of it. That's it. That's laundry balls. Give them a try. It's absolutely fantastic. The way the alchemy works and the science to create the same soap environment, but without the animal products and the harsh chemicals like lye. I'm Tom, Alchemy Wizard. I'll talk to all of you again soon.